So I wanted to make a video on how dishonest buyers are destroying eBay's parts repair market. Um, Buyer entitlement is at an all-time high. I don't think buyers can get any more entitled than they are. Maybe they will. We'll find out. But it's getting to the point where it's ridiculous how entitled buyers are, combined with the fact that eBay doesn't enforce any of their own policies when it comes to buyers misbehaving in returns. So back in the day when I first started selling eBay, I used to sell a lot of parts repair laptops. And when I'd sell the laptop, I'd be honest about the laptop. I'd say what I knew worked, I'd say what I knew was wrong with it. And, anything else from there was kind of on the buyer because the expectation is if you're buying something for parts repair, well, it's for parts repair. And yes, I'm going to get the argument, oh, well, what if this seller's lying? If that's your concern, why are you buying broken stuff? You have no right to buy broken stuff if you expect more than what's being described. If it's worse than what's described, well, shame on you for buying something that's broken. Like, unless the seller of something that's for parts repair is just outright lying, then when you're buying something for parts repair, you have no right to complain. So like let's say I'm selling a laptop and I show that the laptop has a working screen, but um, maybe that housing's all cracked for like the palm rest and the base because it's been dropped. And I showed that the screen works, and you unbox it and the screen's cracked me it. Yes, that's a valid complaint. 100% of the time, no exceptions. Um, but if the seller says, "Hey, I only tested this to turn on," no further testing was done, and you get it, and I don't know, maybe the USB port's bad or there's bad pixels on the screen. Like, you don't really have much right to complain, in my opinion. And it's become a problem where buyers have gotten so dishonest that you have to out dishonest them if you want to successfully sell uh, stuff for parts repair. And when I say out dishonest them, I don't really mean that in a bad way. Um, I mean that in a way where you have to be so negative about your product that you're selling that you weed out 90% of the stupid people that are going to try to buy it and hope to God the other 10% of the idiots don't buy the item from you. So my example is when I sell laptops. I shouldn't be saying this in a video because then stupid people are going to get stupid ideas, but like most of the time when I sell parts repair laptops anymore, they're dead junk. Nothing works, they're dirty, they're disgusting, they're damaged. Because here's the thing. We're past the threshold where I can swear. I'm not going to fucking test a $30, $40 laptop and tell you everything that's wrong with it. Like, I'm sorry, but you can fuck off. Like, I'm making $10, $15 on that, and I'm not investing a half an hour of my time to figure out every single thing that's wrong with the laptop. You know, they'd sell better if I said that they booted BIOS, but you can't do that anymore because buyers will take advantage of that. Oh, well, you said it boots to BIOS. That means all I have to do is put a hard drive in and it's going to work. And it's like, no, I'm not. I'm not testing this stuff if I'm selling it for parts because there's no money in it. You're lucky I'm not throwing the stuff away, and it's just frustrating because like I shouldn't have to go to extremes to lie about my products, but I'm sick and tired of buyers misusing returns and expecting a free lunch every time they buy something. It's just not feasible to, um, verify and test every single little thing when you're selling something to make a tiny profit. It's like used cars. If you're buying a $600 car that's 20 years old and you drive it off the lot and a week later the engine dies, it sucks. And you wouldn't be wouldn't be wrong to ask the seller, hey, can you do anything about this? But like that's not how it works with the e-commerce world. People expect you to give them their money back. And it's just you got to realize as a buyer, you're not paying prices where you get something guaranteed. So like if I'm selling a laptop for $40 for parts repair, you're not getting a guarantee at that price. If you want to pay me $150, sure, I'll take the time to completely go through it and I'll make sure everything works. And then if something goes wrong, you get a guarantee. But you can't be a cheapskate and expect, you know, the same treatment that you get from something that's been fully tested and fully vetted and fully priced. And I don't get the mentality. Like I used to buy a lot of parts repair stuff for myself for parts or to repair it, but like I stopped doing it because my risk tolerances have changed and I've been smart enough to realize, hey, I'm tired of taking gambles on stuff. I'm not going to buy something that's probably not going to work and pay X amount of money for it when I can just spend a tiny bit more and get something that's guaranteed to work. But your normal average person just isn't smart enough to think about that kind of stuff. And that's why it's just basically gotten to the point where it's almost impossible to sell something for parts repair. And I keep making this mistake even though I know better. So a recent example is I sold a Switch. I didn't know how to test it. I didn't have time to learn how to test it. It was only worth like $100 tested. So I sold it for $50 untested. Sold it for parts repair, set powered on, and that's as far as I can go with it. And the buyer's like, "Oh, well, it doesn't work." It's like, "Yeah, no shit. I sold it for parts repair. What did you expect? Why did you think I was selling this for half of what a working one goes for when I don't know how to test it? I said it was untested. I sold it for parts repair. It powers on, like I said it did. But yeah, okay, it doesn't work. And that's why it was untested." An even worse example where I really screwed myself over and eBay screwed me over even worse was I sold an expensive piece of test equipment. And I figured, the people that are going to buy this stuff, they're going to be fairly intelligent and they're going to know what they're doing. I don't remember what the piece of test equipment did. I think it was like a signal analyzer. And a specialty place bought it that works on that stuff. Well, they got it, and basically in my description I said, this power's on. I don't know how to test it any further. This is what error it gives. And after they got it and they tried to fix it and go through it, they said, "Oh, well, it's throwing this error that you didn't disclose, so I want my money back." And of course, I had no choice but to accept the return, even though it was a false claim and it was a violation of eBay policy, because I said it didn't work. I said it needed repair. I just didn't know what repair it needs. Um, and I got completely screwed on that one. I lost $1,000 on round trip shipping costs because eBay fucked me over, and they stripped me of my seller protections, and they allowed the buyer to file a false claim. And it's just like it's bullshit. Like unless I'm being blatantly dishonest in a negative way, where like I'm showing that the screen works and you get a screen that's fucking cracked, like as a buyer, you just need to accept the fact that the thing you bought you can't fix and you took a gamble on that. But e-commerce is like one of the few places where these self-entitled buyers think that they can just do whatever they damn please, and it's the seller's problem. Like, I couldn't tell you how many tens of thousands of dollars I have lost. I have ate shit on items because I bought them from a company with no guarantees. They just gave me a list and I quoted them a price. And I mean, stuff has been junk. I don't go back to the companies and I was like, hey, you screwed me over. I want my money back. I just accept the fact that, I bought the stuff and it just ended up being bad. like a bunch of audio and broadcast equipment I bought from this company. I paid $600 for a pair of Blackmagic 4K recording things. Dead. Don't even work. It's like, well, sucks to suck. I probably should have priced them a little bit differently, but I didn't figure that they'd be completely junk. I didn't say anything to the people I bought them from. I just shrugged it off, and it's just that's the cost of business, and that's the cost of buying stuff as is. So I don't really know what this really means for the parts repair market when it comes to the e-commerce side of things. Buyers have just gotten too entitled and ridiculous, and I need to quit when I sell stuff for parts repair. I need to learn to quit being honest. I need to quit saying stuff, anything positive about the item. It's just dead junk for now on. Anything about parts repair, it's dead junk. And if you're the type of buyer that's going to ask, oh, well, what's wrong with it? Or, oh, does this or that work? You should probably just delete your account and quit buying stuff because you don't have any business buying stuff parts repair. And it's a bit of a mean rant, but the reality is you're stealing money from me as a buyer. If you buy something for parts repair, bitch about it and then expect your money back because, oh, well, I didn't get a perfectly good working item. Like, yeah, 100%. As I've said previously in the video, if I am dishonest about the item in a way that's blatant, like I'm selling a laptop for parts repair, I show the screen's good and you get a cracked screen, yep, you know what? Fuck me as a seller. That's my mistake. I deserve to lose that money. But yeah, this whole entitled bullshit with buyers, um, I'm sick of it. I know other people are sick of it. A lot of times people just throw the stuff away that's for parts repair anymore because there's no way to actively sell this stuff online without getting screwed. Um, and I see people on forums, oh, I can't find parts for this anymore. Yeah, well, you know why you can't find parts for this anymore? Because dishonest buyers have taken things to the point where it's literally more profitable to throw something in the trash can, take a dump on it, and be rid of it than try to sell it for parts. So, yeah, I don't know. That doesn't even get into the whole dishonesty part swapping, but that's a whole nother story. I would be curious to know if people that watch this that also sell on eBay, what your experience has been with selling stuff for parts repair. But the further time goes on, the more unlikely it is to successfully sell stuff for parts repair anymore. And it's it's pretty sad that buyers have gotten so dishonest and entitled that you can't be honest about an item that is for parts repair and have a successful result. Um, Especially when the parts repair laptops right now. Oops. If I was selling them um, the way I used to sell them now, where I said what I knew was wrong with it, where I said if I knew if it powered on or whatnot, like my return rate on those would be 30%. Guarantee it. Because I guarantee you, I'd get that one idiot that buys it for something that they need to fix their laptop on that I didn't test. And it's literally why it's impossible to sell stuff for parts repair anymore. So hopefully that was interesting and thanks for watching.